Welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio Podcast. How you guys doing? Chucks, Will, and Beans, they're all here. And how are they doing? Let's ask them. There they go.
Whoa.
There it can. That's my cue here. Hold on. There we go. That was kind of weak. I'm sorry.
that was a prolonged one.
I can't join in, and I've actually got a can in the fridge. But waiting for the show, and I've left it there.
It's all
Right, hang on,
it's
hang
always
on.
one person.
Hang on. Will, I'll substitute for you.
Oh, Jesus! It sounded like
You just exploded in the can.
yeah,
Is it that loud?
yeah.
That was nuts.
Right. The first one was pretty shit. But that second one, again, I've got to give it 100%. Bar American cream soda, you make cans that are on the verge of exploding. I actually hurt my finger, that one.
You have to.
But,
You'll have to listen to that one back because that was insane.
Yeah.
And the first one was a can of lilt.
Lilt, still make lilt.
Well, I've not had this for God knows how long, since I were a kid, probably. But my mum just put it in a bag. Like, you know how your parents will just like, oh, they've got a few things for you, and it's like there's some baked beans in a bag and a random can of lilt and a chocolate bar, and you know, like I'm 8 years old again.
I was going to say, you still getting a packed lunch?
Well, I joked to her because I called round and I walked out and I had 2 bags, like as if I'd gone shopping. I'm like, what the hell? And I was just, she just said, oh, it's all right, just a few things that I had that I thought you'd want. And then when I was unpacking it, when I got home, and I saw this can of lilt, and I thought, I've got to keep that for the show because so I'm doing a live taste test now for the first time of lilt in 15 years.
Oh, I think this is our second live taste test. I think the first one was me with that complete meal that looked like a diaper.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Pineapple and grapefruit.
Pineapple and grapefruit. That's not bad.
Does it taste like it used to?
It does actually, yeah. Got about 25 sugars in the can, like. 17% of your daily sugar intake. 15 grams of sugar. Jesus Christ.
I
Fairly
someone
normal
who
for-
genuinely they had even half a can of lilt to go a bit crazy. So that's probably why. It's full of sugar.
And this
Oh.
is this is a what kind of a drink it is? Is it a soda?
Yeah, a little.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like a tropical juice drink. City juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much
Totally
you say,
tropical
30?
taste.
37 grams, did you say?
No, 15%.
15 grams, but 17%.
Yeah.
Because there's 35 grams in a Coke.
Jeez, really?
Apparently so.
Fucking hell, this is nearly a health drink.
Yeah, that's a healthy alternative.
And my
that's-
cream
The,
soda is only 7.4.
It's
But
basically
the Coke's not real sugar though, is it?
water. Well, I'm looking at this might be US version actually, but
Oh, right. Well, that will be one.
I've done a quick search for Coke canned sugar, and there's the Coke, I guess, official thing. That the response here is there's 39 grams of sugar in a 12-ounce Coca-Cola can. So yeah, 12 ounce has got to be American. And it says our smaller portion sizes, like our 7.5-ounce mini soda can, have less sugar and fewer calories.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, no shit, it's smaller.
Well, this cream soda is a
Healthy
mixture of
alternatives. Smaller can.
Sugar and sweetness.
Mm.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Oh, well, this lilt is as well. Actually, looking at it.
Yeah.
I should look at the. I haven't got one to hand right now. But the that old school Iron Brew that I bought. Should look at the sugar content in that.
It goes off the scale.
I'm not actually looked at it, but I would imagine it's pretty ridiculous. If it's using the old recipe like they say they are.
I found a cheap Dr. Pepper and a cheap something else, Vimto, I haven't had for ages. And both of those had varying degrees of sweetener in it, and both of them were acceptable. A little bit like bleh, but not as bad as I was expecting.
Well,
That could be an option again now.
this little. I mean, yeah, all right. It's not as if it hasn't got sugar in it, but it does taste the same as what I remember it. And it's a sweetener one as well as sugar.
I was going to say, it sounds like your face is puckering. In a way.
It's got that nice tang aftertaste.
Well, you said it's grapefruit and
Pineapple.
Pineapple, yeah. They're kind of bitter, especially grapefruit.
Okay, but I'm looking online apparently, and a 250ml serving, so it's 750ml bottle. So that's taking 3 times, don't you? Near enough.
Yeah, these are 330 cans.
So it's 11 grams in a 250. It's about the same, eh? About 30-40 grams in a bottle. Yeah. I was very quick maths there, so.
Well done.
I'll make it one day.
So what are we talking about in wrestling here? Unless there's other things you guys want to bring up first before we get into the wrestling talk.
Literally anything else.
Okay.
Is there anything going on in wrestling at the moment?
Well, I mean...
Well, let's put it this way: if I decided to take Mickey James some cans of Lil, I wouldn't do it in a rubbish bin liner.
No.
Yeah, that was the main headline was the...
That was it, because even that, it was in a box. It was in a bag in a box, and the bag you could say was for like waterproofing.
It's not
It's
for
actually
donuts,
probably
that's
a
for sure.
good thing, though.
Because it would have been pink if the donut, or if it was a donut box, it would have been pink.
Donut box.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just disrespectful to just put everything into like a garbage bag for an outgoing talent. Because like I don't know, it seems like, I mean, this is WWE. Like, come on.
Yeah. There's the implication of it being for like rubbish. You know, you're throwing stuff
It's
out.
a trash bag.
But it is waterproof, and if you're sending something in the mail, you kind of want to have that protection on it.
Or you could just, put it into like a UPS box or something like that, or a FedEx box. Nice and neat, instead of a trash bag.
Put a card on the top of it that says "Sorry to see you go."
Yada yada,
Yeah,
future endeavors.
I thought you'd
Why
be in
have
a
they got
better
her
mood
stuff?
though. Sorry, go on.
Why have they got her stuff? Where was it? Where did she leave her stuff?
I was
Don't
thinking that,
you
yeah.
take it with you?
Maybe
I
the
don't think you get
seamstress had
chance
it.
when you booted out the door.
Maybe the seamstress had it.
Yeah, that's right. Though, 'cause, I mean, obviously, there's no physical, apart from the headquarters, which they don't really go to.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
no
I mean, there's
actual.
the performance center, I guess, but
Yeah.
Money in
did
the
she
bank.
leave stuff there? Does she have an office there that she leaves stuff in?
That's what I thought, because obviously, if you work in an office, you get sacked. You obviously have a desk to clean, don't you? What's it, I don't know. It's a good question. I was thinking that myself. I thought you'd be in a better mood anyway, because obviously this then resulted in.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm in a little bit of a better mood because eventually, because of the story making the rounds on social media and whatnot, apparently, Triple H said that the person in question that did this, now whether or not it was true or not, apparently got fired as well. And the person that got fired was the former. Well, actually, I haven't watched Total Divas in a while, so he's probably on there. But everybody was saying Total Divas star Mark Carrano of Talent Relations.
Mark Carrano?
Yeah, got sacked.
Yeah, he was on. Yeah, he was all over Total Divas at one point.
Yeah,
so to speak. Why?
Yeah.
What did he do? Why was he fired?
Apparently, he was the guy that's
He bagged it up.
He bagged it up. Yeah.
He was fired for bagging
it up,
Mickey's
yeah.
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's extreme.
yeah.
I'm not exactly sorry to see him go, but like that seems like the least of. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
I think it was more he'd done it to more than just her, and
Yeah,
from
Maria.
what the-
Maria also pointed out that this happened to her like 10 years ago. As
Yeah.
well. Jillian Hall also chimed in.
Gail Kim was quite vocal, wasn't she?
Yeah. And she believed that he's not a good person. I mean, to be fair, like on the show, on Total Divas, it seemed like he just didn't want to do anything WWE related. Like he was embarrassed to be part of the company. So, you know.
Which makes him the only sane one there.
Yeah.
I actually like him a little bit more now.
Yeah.
What I want to know is when they've obviously fired him now, as did Triple H bag up all his shit and post it to him?
Good question.
And then would he have to fire himself if he put it in there?
Triple H would be petty enough to do something like that, I feel.
Yeah.
Probably turn it into a network show on Peacock.
God. Total baggers.
I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but I wouldn't mind if my stuff was thrown in a bag. As long as it was boxed up, like safely.
Yeah.
Got to me and everything was fine inside. I didn't have like a Randy Orton logger in
there. Fair enough. You know, I don't think anybody wants that.
And if I walk out of a company because I don't want to work there anymore,
yeah,
and my termination papers come through on my wedding day, that's a double win. I've never understood why that's such a big deal.
I think I'd be angry in the fact that the one day that you probably won't want to think about all that kind of rubbish, and on your wedding day you just kind of like brought back into that mindset.
Are you not in control of that kind of thing? Like, it's not like it was a job he loved and he lost it on a day that was supposed to be happy. He wanted to leave. That was his like, oh, you're getting married? Congratulations. Also, you're free. Go do whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah, Mark Carrano.
I've always thought that was like, surely that's a nice thing to get.
Well, I think Mark Carrano was the one that also like
sent the letter.
Yeah,
might have been.
Sent something to CM Punk saying that what was it? It was on his like wedding day or something like that. It was like termination papers or something. I can't
termination papers, FedEx through.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. So yeah, I've always thought that was a weird one. Like, I don't really get why he was pissed about that.
Story I've read since on this one was that apparently the feeling is that he's probably going to be back in some form, I could say. Mainly because on the quote I've seen used in this article, it's on Wrestle Talk, their news. I think they get their news from Fightful. But anyway, the quote they've used is brilliant. Apparently they think because he basically knows too much. Knows all the secrets. And the quote they've used is, he knows where the bodies are buried. So they won't want to let him go because he could basically spill the beans. Which would be very interesting to know what he does know.
Who's this?
Yeah. Mark Carrano. You beans?
You use the phrase, use the phrase "spill the beans" and Fiends. Wait.
It's like spider sense.
Yeah, it's true. He knows too much. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous guy now. He's got a job for life.
Yeah. So, but then again, the other story I've read about is John. What's his name? 28.
John Cone.
He come back in as the talent relations guy again, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, his
apparently
termination was
since then-
rescinded. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently since then, Carano's powers been pretty much none. So they may have been looking for him, a way of getting him out. Which I don't get all that. I mean, you know, if a guy's not suitable in a role, you put him somewhere else, don't you? So, well, anyway.
This is WWE.
Is it? Yeah, no, I know what you mean. The biggest thing I remember was Slapnuts and Teabag got the masks taken off them. Yeah,
Someone using a rather loud controller.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's alright. Just it reminded me of my Amiga joystick from back in the 90s.
God, you're old.
How come every week we get on to how old I am?
Because you're old.
If you're old.
Jesus. If I lived in America, you'd so be sued.
That's
Teach me the ways. No, it's fine. Nostalgic sound effects, I like it. Many moons ago in my youth, apparently, according to Chucks.
oh God.
No,
We're not.
they kind of not really. No, they're kind of just them two. They had their own entrance as well, although still using the Retribution music.
When I watched that Raw the night after Mania, and obviously they like sided with Bobby Lashley at the end, I couldn't help but think that they just looked like. I know we were talking about this when they first like debuted, but one looked like the Predator still, and the other one looked like Bane.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That's my analysis this week.
they attacked McIntyre last week and didn't really explain why. Everyone assumed they're part of the new hair business. But then MVP said they're not. So, you know, they're not. So then McIntyre demanded a 2-on-1 match on Raw.
Why?
And,
Because he's the good guy and he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
to do such things. I don't care. I'll take them all on.
I think I might. Oh, I might have been muted just now because I do have a plate of food here suddenly. I was handed.
Okay.
So I don't know. I might have been muted when I was clacky on those joysticks here. Sorry. We're off the rails here today. When you heard the joysticks, you might you guys heard it, but I don't think the stream heard it. Is what I was saying. So my apologies on that. Why would anybody want a 2-on-1 match willingly?
Because he's a big tough Scotsman.
Yeah, but that's just dumb. Then again, it is Retribution, so I mean it's an easy one. Maybe that's why he requested it.
So then they started getting the upper hand over McIntyre, obviously. And then Strowman came out to even the odds.
Why?
And, well, again. So then, during the match, Strowman ripped off the mask off one of them. I can't remember which one he did. And McIntyre did the other one.
In front of a room full of monitors, which got no audible pop.
and did one of them go, hang on a minute, one of them used to do commentary?
No, there was no, funny enough, no mention of any of the previous history. Funny that, really.
Just like Dabakato. Like we were all supposed to forget him.
Yeah, we forgot about him as well.
God, that's so stupid.
Who's the other, the Dio Madden, wasn't it? Who's the other guy? He was in NXT, wasn't he?
Shane Thorne.
Was that him, was it? Yeah, I can't think of the name. Yeah, so, it was kind of weird. One of that Shane Thorne guy looked a bit like, remember when Kane first took his mask off and he had that stupid makeup on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit like that. He had that around his eyes. He looked a bit silly. But I assume they're going to be on masks from now on because there's no real point in having masks on.
Well, yeah. And they're not luchadors, so it doesn't have any meaning.
That too.
So. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. I'm just I do.
Up on the website.
Well, yeah, they probably haven't updated the photos and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was gonna drag Michael Burdick, and I can't remember the other guy. I just remember Tony Dawson as the avatar.
But they're keeping the names then, T-Bar and whatever.
It looks that way. That's what they were
For
calling
some
it.
reason, yeah.
This really only just happened. But, I think so.
I would want to drop that name if it was mine.
Yeah, you
I've
would.
unmasked. You can see it's me from NXT. You know who I am. What you don't know is why I'm here. But there's no point in still being T-Bar. It's a silly name.
Yeah, it is.
So, be Dominic Dijakovic. That's a much less silly name.
Yeah.
Oh no, it can't be Dominic because there's already a Dominic.
Dominic Mysterio, yeah.
Oh, apparently a match being announced because God, why are you doing this again? So I've just told you what happened on Raw. There's a match being announced for this coming Monday's Raw. McIntyre and Strowman versus Mason T-Bar.
Oh, I forgot about Mace. Yeah.
Okay.
Why is this happening
I don't know.
again?
Because it's like, it's the Raw of the night after WrestleMania where that epic match you watched last night will all of a sudden be a WrestleMania rematch on Raw.
Yeah. Sorry, I said Slapjack before, didn't I?
You did.
I got that wrong. I mixed up me Retribution members. How silly of me.
Oh.
It was Mason T-Bar. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Where's Ali in all this? Is he still...
I don't know. He's disappeared as well.
Huh. Wonder what...
Maybe he'll come back with Slapjack.
Yeah.
But that was the other big development was Riddle beat Randy Orton.
What the hell?
Yeah.
He's had a good roll of it, Randy, since WrestleMania, hasn't he?
Yeah, doesn't he? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So that happened.
Was there any particular reason why he beat him?
No, I can't actually remember much of the match, but I think it was just a clean win as well.
What the fuck? And this is
So-
coming after the fact that Riddle lost the championship too.
He was winding him up backstage. Orton was doing an interview, and then Riddle kept going round him on a scooter while he was doing the interview.
No.
So then the next scene, you saw Orton run into Pierce's office, demanding a match with that kid, whatever his name is.
Run into the office.
That kid. That 38-year-old kid.
Is he 38?
Oh, he's something like that. Yeah, he's let's see, 186, so he's 35.
Can I
Not a
just
kid.
say? Can I just say that I was not very impressed with his pigeons on WrestleMania, which I forgot to mention when we were going through.
He had a pirate hat on.
Well,
Oh, Jesus. Just shocking.
Mhm.
Does he still have the pigeons in his feet, or his soul, or whatever, the terribly CGI pigeons? That's all I care about Riddle.
he was laughing about them with Kofi Kingston backstage. He said he should have something. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said you should have pigeons like me, or birds,
God.
as you put it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if he asked for birds and they gave him pigeons, then that kind of sees where he, where he actually is in this company.
Yeah.
Nobody asked for anything.
No.
Birds. Why would he ask for birds coming out of his shoes?
Because he's Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
That's as good
Come
an
on,
answer
Chucks.
as you could possibly get for that, I think.
Because he's a Riddler. You have to ask yourself why with everything that he does.
Strange development as well was Elias beat Kofi Kingston.
Oh my god.
What is happening on this show?
I don't know. I think they've had a bit of a knock on the head somewhere. Yeah, it was a bit weird. It started off really weird because
Kofi was WWE
obviously
champion 2 years
Elias
ago.
was doing his usual concert thing, and then Kingston and Woods appeared on the stage. Woods with an electric guitar, and then just started playing random tunes. One cool, actually, during the match, he picked up the guitar and started playing Austin's music. And then Kofi turned into Austin for a couple of minutes, doing stunners and everything. Quite funny.
What?
But yeah, I didn't get why. Elias is obviously the heel. Hasn't won a match in about 3 years. I didn't really get where this come from. But it did.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, Elias hasn't been on TV in a while, I assume. But
He's been on. He hasn't done a lot. He's been on.
okay.
He's now with Jackson. What's his face?
Riker.
Jackson Riker, yeah.
Which he doesn't do anything. No, it's basically Elias still does the concert thing, but he now has Jackson Riker standing in the corner of the ring while he does it.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Yeah, Elias.
And the last bit was sorry, go on.
No, I'm baffled that they gave Elias the win. I'm just.
Yeah,
can't get over
that was a bit strange to me as well. The main event was Asuka against Charlotte.
Oh, I bet that was good.
It wasn't bad actually. And then Charlotte went a bit crazy at the end of the match and started attacking referees.
Okay.
So she's apparently not being suspended.
Quote unquote.
So that's the thing that happened.
There's still Alexa Bliss and Lily, apparently.
Yeah, they did a little bit more on that. She basically threatened all the women that she's probably going to hurt them in some fashion.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Well, they still haven't explained the finish to, the Fiend and whatnot with the Orton.
No.
Of course not. Of course not. Why would they?
So yeah, Raw is awful. Again.
Yeah.
What about SmackDown?
SmackDown, I seen an hour of last night and fell asleep. Although it was remarkably better than Raw, just that first hour. So, me falling asleep doesn't really do it justice. See, you had Daniel Bryan basically hyping up Cesaro, saying that he deserves a title match and all this. Which then, I think they had a tag match then, it was him and Cesaro against the Uso and Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember much after that. That was quite a long match, actually.
Well, I've heard some sort of, there's some match between Bryan and Roman Reigns where Bryan's putting his career on the line.
Yeah, that's been announced for next week. So if it's basically title versus career.
On Raw?
No, on SmackDown.
On SmackDown.
So yeah, it's Roman against Bryan. If Bryan loses, they're saying he'd leave SmackDown, so it does leave the option that he could turn up on Raw. But
or he could show up on Dynamite.
Well, this is it. Apparently his contract's close to being up.
Yeah.
So this is where they think it might be going. Are they going to let him go?
I mean, if he wants to pursue
Just
other...
add him in the main event of WrestleMania, for crying out loud.
Oh.
Not good enough.
No.
Billie Kay was in a match at WrestleMania and she's gone, Beans.
Yeah, but she wasn't. She wasn't in the main event.
Oh my god.
Well, Christian was in the Royal Rumble.
Not the main event of WrestleMania. Will.
Plus, also, it wasn't like it was, a one-on-one match that Christian was in, or...
No, but they made quite a big deal of him. As long as if he had a big part in the match. I know where you're coming from. Obviously, he wasn't the biggest name there, but no, I don't think they'd let Bryan go. Well, then again, it might not be their choice if he wants to go. I suppose he's going, isn't he?
No, I'm going to say that's the only thing. Yeah, it's different if he wants to go, but...
I mean, other than money, what could you offer him to keep him to stay,
Let him beat Roman Reigns.
I don't think he really cares about his spot anymore, does he? He knows he's coming to the end. Does putting him over strong really mean anything at this point? Feel like he just wants to have a good match every now and then.
No, I think you got some of that from what he was saying about Cesaro.
Yeah.
Because hyping him up and he's saying, just basically saying I've had my time now. It should be his time, which it should be.
Yeah.
Also, they shown. I think they did it last week as well. They shown a clip from WrestleMania. Cesaro doing the spin. Not the usual spin he does. The airplane spin.
Mm.
Oh yeah. What about
yeah.
To which they then
UFO.
The UFO. That was it. Yeah. Couldn't think what they called it. UFO. Then they dubbed Michael Cole over it, saying this was the most impressive moment in WrestleMania history.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I thought, all right, it was impressive, but I mean, you know.
Yeah. Story came out after he did that one at WrestleMania about him doing it once in like a dark match back in Ring of Honor, like years and years and years ago. And someone,
Let go.
no, someone kind of noteworthy. I can't remember who it was. Someone like important at Ring of Honor, Samoa. No, I can't remember. But someone said to him, "That's awesome. Why don't you do that more?" And he said, "I'm saving it for WrestleMania."
Fair enough.
I don't know if that's true.
Fair enough.
He owes me. I've told you this story. He owes me a drink.
Yeah.
Not actually him, but well, it is him. When under his former guise of Claudio Castagnoli,
Mm-hmm.
he went to the Ring of Honor show in the Olympia here in Liverpool, and they were fighting in the crowd, and he knocked over me drink.
Yeah.
I wasn't very
What a
happy. I know.
bastard.
I've held that grudge for about 6 years now.
I bet any money if you'd have asked him, he'd have got you a coffee.
Yeah, probably.
6 years, longer than 6 years. It was 2007, what am I talking about?
That's 14
Maybe
years.
he's saving it for WrestleMania, the main event.
That's 14 years, Beans.
It is.
Sorry, what?
That was 14 years, not 6.
It was me who made the mistake, not Beans.
Oh,
I was
well,
just going to say, what on earth are you on about?
My fault.
I was questioning myself then, thinking, did I say something with numbers?
I couldn't think who that match was against, because I obviously remember the match, but couldn't think who he was fighting. Just looked it up now, it was Chris Hero. So, there you go.
It looked a lot different.
Yeah.
The other takeaway from SmackDown is that Aleister Black is back.
Yes, I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. Yeah.
He looks like a villain from Far Cry, apparently, as well as I've heard. So.
Has he gone back into his locker room?
No, but he has glasses now.
Oh, right.
He was in his locker room, wasn't he, from what I've read?
Oh, maybe. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me pull it up here in Chrome.
Yeah, there's a video here. His locker room now has candles in, so it's not as dark.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got glasses. This is they're like, who wears glasses like that? Is that Jim Cornette glasses?
From the 80s.
They're like old guy glasses.
From like the 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the punchline.
No, there's no punchline. I have it on the stream, Beans.
No, I was just thinking that you were going to call me saying, "Oh, you've got glasses."
Oh.
Fair enough. He's reading a book called Tales of the Dark something.
Order. Tales of the Dark Order.
Dark Order. It might be Other or Mother. It's something there anyway. Tales of the Dark Order.
Dark Father. Yeah, he should. That'd be great. Tales of the Dark Father. Yeah.
Father.
I mean, this looks cool. I mean, it looks like a cutscene from a video game. With what he's reading. I don't have the audio. But yeah, those glass... Yeah, he really, honest to God, looks like Cornette from the 80s. You're right. You're absolutely right. That kills it for me. Yeah, they've been hyping... Yeah. Yeah, they've been kind of like... Oh, man. He's been off TV for so long. He wanted to go back to NXT. And now they got him... Yeah, and now they got him in Cornette glasses reading from... a weird book. What a rib. It's gotta be a rib. Anyway. Also, Chad Gable and Otis, I guess they're heels now? Like, what? Like, or are they... I mean, I don't mind them beating up Dominic Mysterio, but why though?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much WWE this week. So there you go.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
So, the European Super League, eh?
So they've announced Bianca Belair and Bailey for WrestleMania Backlash.
Okay, so that's like the one of the first matches announced for Backlash.
Yeah.
Here? Do they have that up on the? Let me see here. Hold on. ShadowNavigate.com. They have like NXT, NXT UK, 205 Live, Miz and Mrs. for some reason.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So, what's happened with Sasha?
And she's taking some time off, I think.
No, right.
It's a bit weird to doing this Korea v title match on SmackDown with this WrestleMania Backlash not too far away.
Oh, there's 2 matches announced. They
What's the other one?
have Lashley and McIntyre and
Of course, yeah.
Bianca and Bailey.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know why that Korea title match is happening on SmackDown.
I mean, SmackDown's killing it lately, so why not? Seems to be the better
True.
show of the 2.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I'm out of stuff to talk about. Sorry, if I'm eating.
I was just going to say, so you decided to put
Playing
something
Andy.
in your mouth. Don't ever let anyone tell you that men can't multitask when he's eating, playing games, and doing a show.
I know, right? Well, I finished up Fortnite. Sorry. I'm trying to. Apparently, I was not expecting dinner at 5 o'clock, but here we are. So, yeah, I that's basically the stuff this week. Unless you guys want to talk about AEW and whatnot.
There is some rumor that there's a possibility we might get a Saudi show later on in the year.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is it going to be the greatest WrestleMania Backlash?
Possibly. You never know. Greatest ever SummerSlam Backlash.
The greatest WrestleMania Backlash. Yeah, that's probably the caliber of show that we'll get in Saudi Arabia.
Too big for 2 nights. You need a well, too big for 3, I guess. You get Backlash and you get Saudi. 4 WrestleManias a year.
God.
Oh, God.
Someone pointed out on Twitter that they, at some point during WrestleMania, I think it was just after Hogan did his little thing.
Yeah.
They were playing his theme music, and then they cut to the wide shot of the CGI pirate.
Yeah.
Trying to get into the arena. And
huge ass swords.
Someone did make the correlation of this huge skeleton wearing a bandana whilst Real American was playing. Trying to do his best to get into WWE. So yeah, AEW.
Did you guys watch
it? AEW this week.
Yeah, I watched it too. I thought it was okay. I thought it was middle of the road, even for a live show. It's kind of like, eh.
I didn't like the purely because I'm a bit of a pedantic old bastard. But
You're not old, Will.
I didn't like the trailer thing they did with the
I did not like it either.
Elite.
I did not like
It
it
clearly
either.
wasn't the same trailer they were in.
Yeah. Not only that, like the trailer, the lights were off.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like the same one. If it was, then Kenny Omega and Kurt, a company there, were looking out the wrong window, or the window was positioned in a different way.
Also, if you get a minute, watch that segment back just before the Moxley turns up.
Yeah.
When they're actually in the trailer.
Yeah.
And they've got some producer guy, AEW producer guy, sitting on the couch. He's got a laptop on his knee.
Michael Nakazawa.
Was that him?
Mm-hmm.
He's just totally overreacting to everything being said. Just ignore what they're actually saying and just keep your eye on him.
Oh God.
He just really just totally overreacts to everything being said. But yeah, I didn't like that whole segment. It was a bit silly, really.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when you could just blatantly tell it wasn't the same trailer.
Yeah, like it just. I mean, I understand what they were trying to go for, and I understand what they're trying to establish.
Oh yeah.
But you got to have them in there, like.
Yeah.
And this was a live show too, so I mean, come on. So maybe it was a pre-tape, and then they cut to live with the whole truck thing, and just it didn't work. It didn't work. And then like the blinds were up in the trailer, but when they cut to the live shot, they were down. You could clearly tell that there was no lights on. Yeah, it didn't work for me. So I agree with that assessment on you, Will.
Other than that, I thought it was a fairly decent show.
Yeah. Just trying to look over some of the highlights here. If there's anything noteworthy. Blood and Guts announced May 5th. It was a match that was supposed to happen last year, but that whole pandemic thing.
Yeah, and then the Elite decided that they're going to all split, so that's not happening.
Yeah. So now with everybody having like a faction.
Hang on, what pandemic?
The one we're still in, Will.
The unprecedented circumstances.
Yeah.
Oh, there? Oh.
Yeah. These trying times.
We're in the new normal. Actually, to be fair, people have stopped saying that now, thank God. The new normal.
They might bring back the old normal when things open up again.
Yeah.
That might be the new thing.
I think a lot of people's new normal was the old normal.
What about the now normal?
Just normal. That's what we call normal.
Those are people that are following the rules. People that did the old normal with the new normal are the people that just carried on like nothing fucking ever happened.
Yeah, but without any pubs. So, how normal can it be?
Oh, well, you could just turn your house and your garden into a pub instead, can't you?
Yeah, a lot of people did that.
Mm. Could go out my window right now and talk to one of them if you want.
No, that's fine. I've had quite enough. Speaking of that giant skeleton that was trying to sneak into WrestleMania.
What, Hogan?
Have you seen how awkwardly he's holding his sword? I would have thought like a pirate would have better sword, whatever it would be.
Sword
wielding.
Sword wielding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's broke his wrist.
Yeah.
Sword.
I know he's got no muscle there to like hold his hand out right, but surely.
Well, that's the reason, isn't it? He's got no muscles at all.
He's got no muscle. Still, yeah, that's he's able to hold up that giant sword. It's got to be really heavy.
Yeah.
But
And I'm sure there's
out
bigger than
with
him.
the wrist bent at 90 degrees outwards like that, with the blade facing out as well. Like that. Weird.
Mm.
I reckon they designed the
Left-handed.
sword first to the stadium, and then realised they had to fit this bloody skeleton in, and didn't know how to do it. Where it went in the shot how they wanted it.
What, you think they CGI'd the skeleton too big? We can't possibly shrink this guy. He's going to have to stand outside.
No, I just mean it. I think that they probably didn't think about the positioning. They wanted him over the WrestleMania logo on the thing.
And they wanted him to be pointing a sword at us. And just hoped we wouldn't realise that his wrist was basically snapped.
But that WrestleMania logo is not actually there either, is it?
No.
Yeah, this entire. Oh, hold on.
Which one? That whole like stand at the top
The top
that
stand.
he's leaning over.
Yeah, this entire
people
thing
behind
right here is CGI or augmented reality or whatever you want to call it. Because like, somebody had pyro and smoke and whatnot, and then when they cut to this shot, like this part, like right around here, was visible over top of the smoke, and I was like, you mean to tell me?
God.
Yeah, it looked really bad. It looked really bad. But yeah. I did not
I'm not
notice
a big fan of this this AR stuff.
No, I'm not.
I did not notice the wrists there as well, I have to say. The way he's holding it. That's a good
Bent out like that.
yeah. I mean, he's a skeleton, he's got an excuse.
Yeah, I guess. He is a pirate, so we should know better, but he's also dead, so maybe he's not a very good pirate.
No, that's very true.
Yeah.
I love how we've reached a point where we're analysing the augmented reality characters.
Have you noticed that he's got a WWE logo bandana on, but no clothes?
Yeah.
All of his
Yeah.
other clothes have rotted off.
It is
What?
just like Hogan.
Yeah, maybe that's the Hogan. He's ripped his t-shirt off because he's the skeleton of Hulk Hogan.
You think it's bad? Just think about people on the first tier at the back, people.
You say that being so, but you know it's that bad. We're now analysing the graphics basically. They used them for 2 years, and they used them with Backlash.
Yeah.
So pretty much this is all we've got to talk about these days.
So,
Have they gone back to doing the train sounds for Strowman?
Oh
No.
yeah, that's a good question. Oh,
No, they've dropped that.
Well, actually, he's not done the train thing.
Yeah, so we don't
Since-
know officially.
So we don't really know.
Man.
he's probably refusing to do the
I
move.
was gonna say either you stop doing the noise or I stop doing the move.
Yeah.
Well, the noise is staying, Braun. Right, okay. And he's just
Oh.
never done it since.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
Why did you miss the train spot? No, I just forgot to do it.
Oh,
Someone
man.
put on it's on Twitter or Facebook somewhere. It was an old World's Strongest Man episode from about 15 years ago, and he's on that. And he's
Is he
Pretty-
pulling a train?
he's not now. He's flipping over tires and stuff. So, if he was flipping the train, that would have been great. But now he's obviously a legit badass, as they say. I don't say things like that.
Because you don't think he is.
Thank you for that clarification.
Oh yeah, I think he is.
I just got his image now. Will watching wrestling in his room, and he's like, "Oh God, look at this guy! He's a legit badass."
Badass. My word, what a badass.
All right, William Regal.
He's opening a can of whoop ass on the gentleman.
The silly pillock.
I think we've reached the end
Definitely seems like we reached the end.
of the show for good.
Yeah.
We've got to do two more. Two more. That's episode 316. We've come full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would actually be 360.
360?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
360.
full
Yeah.
circle. But yeah, very. I get you. Yeah. Took me a second, but yeah.
Hey, that was a clever joke. That well done.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Not ready for that one.
Yeah, I guess we'll be back next week, hopefully. Again, not much to again other than what we talked about. That pretty much was it this week. Very skimp on the news, thankfully, I guess.
Just have to wait and see who they fire this week.
Yeah, God.
What happened was it Jake Paul's boxing match or the other Paul?
Oh God, that
What
just
was that
went
all
wrong. Well, it was on after we did our show last week, and I said I hope that Jake Paul gets his head knocked off, and the complete opposite happened.
Yeah.
So the MMA guy walked forward, he punched him in the face, and he fell over.
It looked like a glancing punch too. It looked like it didn't make full contact.
Yeah, there was a load of controversy over it because he was
punch.
spotted walking off with his wife, like laughing and joking and hugging.
Yeah.
After he apparently got knocked out, and said there he is walking away with whatever it was, $16 million.
Yeah, like.
So it was just like a 5-second fight. The guy got knocked down, and that's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And the guy.
Yeah, Poker Doom.
Yeah, and the other guy, the MMA guy or whatever, he didn't look like he was in shape.
No, he didn't.
That's the best way I can just say that as politely as possible.
I thought he was just wearing a baggy t-shirt when they were doing them weigh-ins. But my God, when he took that t-shirt off, there's a reason why he was wearing a triple XL shirt, because he was trying to hide something.
God. I don't know. Dude's an absolute tomato can. You can brag about like how he's an Olympian and all this other stuff, but when you're on the receiving end of like the fastest knockout in MMA history and this fucking clown show, you're done. Like, I'm sorry. We also had like Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live like interview both. Like he didn't even know what he was doing there. He just seemed like, well, we reached a new low in boxing. Here I am in Jake Paul's dressing room.
Oh God, yeah, I saw that. He was walking around saying, "I've been googling the other guy for a week and I don't have a clue who he is still."
Yeah, yeah. He was straight up taking the piss out of everybody.
So how much did they make for this fight? Do you see any numbers on?
It's so much stupid.
Yeah.
It was absurd.
Speaking of boxing, just one last quick note. Apparently, Hornswoggle had his first professional boxing match yesterday.
Did he
got
win?
beat.
Oh.
Hi, Jake Paul.
Yeah, it's gonna be his next opponent, Hornswoggle.
Some guy called Jeremy Smith.
Do you know, I was really worried you were going to say something like Ricky Hatton there.
That's what it's come to from Ricky Hatton.
I was
The
just
only
going to
fight he'll
say,
accept these days.
he just thought, oh, fuck it. You're like, you know.
Ricky Hatton on his knees.
He said Hornswoggle lost, so it can't be Ricky Hatton.
Oh, that's a bit low.
Well, that's just Hornswoggle.
Okay.
Got him.
Got him. I kind of want to see that fight now. Hornswoggle, Jeremy Piven. What was it? Jeremy Smith. Jeremy Smith. Swoggle loses his boxing debut at Rough and Rowdy event.
At the Boxing Fest.
I'm gonna sound really
Stupid.
how do I ask this question without saying all the wrong things?
Worthy of height.
I think you're on the right wavelength there. So,
There you go.
yeah, was it a fair bout?
Was it? Are you asking if it was on the level?
Kind of.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Oh.
What's the tail of the tape?
Well, let's go to Mike Tenay for the tail of the tape here.
Now, the other guy was of equal height.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
so
you're
it
talking
was
about
fair.
height? I was just talking about like experience and whether it,
Yeah, sure you were.
yeah, it's obvious work like the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
I
Which,
guess
by the-
that's the other guy.
Yeah, by the way, the Jake Paul fight was like 4 hours long or something, and like most of it was like
4-hour fight.
yeah. It didn't start like the actual fight didn't start till like around 12:30, like after like half past midnight. Essentially, it was insane. There was like some sort of slap fight with Ric Flair. Before I didn't watch. I only saw what I was seeing on Twitter. Yeah,
a
but Rick.
slap fight with Ric Flair. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What's that?
How did I not buy this pay-per-view?
I don't know. Where's the video? I
I
want to
got
see
it.
it.
Yeah, let's see here.
Jake Paul, take my money.
So there's the Hornswoggle tweet where he says, Jeremy Smith is an absolute machine. I thought I was ready, but I was in way over my head. So take that for what it's worth.
What? Do you know, it was one of them where it was like, we're all thinking it, and then Will just... Will broke. Oh, dear.
Yeah, he hosted a slap fight between two guys. For some
Oh, he
reason.
hosted a slap fight.
Yeah.
He wasn't in one.
He wasn't in one. I don't know why. I have
Chop
no
fight.
idea. Snoop Dogg was also there. He had a musical performance.
He'll do anything.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say, did he do
No
the
standards.
did he do the commentary like he did with the other one, where he's like, "Hit him, fool!"
Really should have.
I can't remember who it was who he did it for, but yeah, he was proper having fun on one of them.
But yeah,
Slapping.
I've seen some of these slapping fights. That's a little bit.
There was something I saw of a slapping fight the other day, and it was absolutely fucking horrendous.
Yeah, they don't half go, don't they?
He fucking knocked him clean out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So, slapping contest. Flair officiated the competition, which ended in a brutal knockout.
I don't think it was that one, but yeah, it was awful. The first one, he didn't, because they flip a coin on who's going to go first, I think. And then the guy who got to go first, obviously it's like a big advantage, I'd imagine, because you're first.
Yeah.
And he didn't catch him right. It was more of a glancing blow, and you could see like the oh fuck kind of. And then the other guy, he just fucking hit his head off.
That was that one I seen. He went for the slap, but it wasn't a slap. He might as well just punched him in the face.
He slapped him effectively in the neck.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Fucking just like, yeah, he just went down like a sack of spuds. It was like, Jesus Christ, that is not a slap. It's like hitting someone with a log.
Shauna Ross Sapp here even tweeted about it, saying Ric Flair's now calling a slap fight on Triller and is trashing the fighter, saying, "Come on, I could take that."
Woo!
Woo! So you get busted open at some point. I feel.
What, doing the call outs.
Yeah. Like, oh, now Ric Flair's bleeding.
I have this image now that in this slap fight that one of them ducked and they hit Ric Flair and then he did the face dive thing.
So Jake Paul got 690,000. Askren got 500,000. With a bonus, some bonuses as well, and pay-per-view profit. So that's just a downside, I guess. Not bad. Not bad for 10 seconds.
Adro Cal made a good point that because Jake Paul put a tweet on sitting in his garden with loads of money around him, and he was like looking smug as fuck. And Hard Rock Carl replied, "Went, look, you're all having a go at him, but you bought it. Like, you know, he's not done anything stupid. Like, if you wanted to watch it, you paid for it. But also, just look at them all. The $1 bills. You were just like, fucking hell. It's like, it's probably about, what is it? He said something like, at most, there's about $200 in this picture." Not like Money Mayweather sitting there with his freaking...
Just
like
stacks, just hanging around on his bed.
Yeah, it looks like he's fucking doing a drug deal.
It's just too much money for a drug deal, isn't it? This is unrealistic. He's just got stacks of money.
I think with that, I think we're out of here.
Yeah, we haven't made a penny for this yet.
Yeah, I mean,
before we go, one last bit of news I've just found. Interesting.
Go ahead.
I think. Anyway.
Ricky Hatton now facing...
This is from PW Insider, so again, as with all these dead cheats, take it for what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
So we all know the new guy in charge really at WWE is this Nick Khan.
Yeah.
No relation to Tony.
Surprisingly, yeah.
It's gotta be Khan.
Basically, the feeling is that he's been given more and more power, behind the scenes, if you like. And the Vince and the other board executives now want to see the company move into. This is a quote. We are told by a number of the resources that Khan has been given great power and leeway, and see the WWE move forward into a more mainstream entertainment property, like Marvel and DC Comics.
Disney, then.
Yeah. It also reported that Khan envisions WWE as something similar to Marvel and DC with lots of potential crossover appeal.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
So,
We've had no crossover appeal for 20 years.
crossover, is it, what? So does that mean that Aquaman's going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania next year?
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
And they need to get involved with Disney. There's your crossover.
Yeah.
I want to see Darth Vader on Raw.
My God, possibilities are frightening.
Yeah. New women's champion, Mulan. It's gonna happen.
All right, with that.
Yeah, so all changed. It wouldn't surprise me generally wouldn't surprise me if give a couple of years if they've sold the company to someone else.
Disney. It's gonna be Disney.
They would be the obvious ones, but
Yeah.
having said that, I can't really think anyone else who probably could afford to buy them. So
Yeah. Yeah.
unless you're talking like Apple, I don't think they'd be interested.
Tony Khan.
Tony Khan.
Sell it to Tony Khan.
He seems to know what he's doing for the most part. All right. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
I've done it so much.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, we're out of here. We'll be back next week, hopefully. And I'll try to be a little bit more on the ball here a little bit. I was just like, here, have a plate of food. I was like, all right, well, here's dinner. All right, cool.
It was John Cena's birthday yesterday.
It was.
Yeah.
Darby Allin's still winning matches in a ridiculous fashion, so I'm still trying to... I hate that he's winning matches like John Cena as I'm trying to manifest John Cena on Dynamite. It's going to happen. I'm telling you. It's
Why
going to
are you
happen.
trying to manifest him onto Dynamite?
I told you. I want him on the show. Everything else has been a profit. They've had...
Though? Why? The question is why? Why would you ever want to see John Cena again?
You spent so many years on this show, joining the rest of us in showing disdain to John Cena's character.
Chuck tried to murder him. in that weird booking scenario.
No.
Yes.
Trying to murder him.
You had a perfect storyline set up that you were going to make him a murderer, and then you were probably going to murder him yourself.
I wasn't going.
Okay,
that
well
was
that's
not
a take
the point of that story. I wasn't a vigilante. I wasn't going to murder the guy. I was just saying he may have had a past. May have done some stuff.
Okay. Anyway,
one last story to bring you. Sorry,
Oh
no,
my
it's not even a story. Not even a story. I just want to bring you the headline because I think it's really funny. This is from Ringside News, and the story is: Mark Carrano's ex accuses him of stealing from WWE and trying to kill her cat.
Whoa!
Jesus!
now that's a headline.
Nobody likes a thief.
Yeah. I wonder if that's the same. I wonder if that's the lady from what was it? Say Yes to the Dress, because she was on the show and
Deborah Simmons, the name is apparently.
Huh.
Damn.
Because they showed a picture of her and him together, and that was like the only acknowledgement. They never mentioned that he worked for WWE or anything like that.
Apparently, she's gone off on him on Twitter,
Really?
including this tweet: "Hey, at WWE, Mark Carrano stores belts that he stole from you under the bed in the guest bedroom at his West Haven home."
Wow.
Fucking hell.
That's specific.
Yeah. Jesus
Oh, that
Christ.
was where they were when I last saw them.
Yes, he choked the cat and threatened to throw it in the ocean.
Oh my god. You know what? I believe her and Gail Kim in the fact that he's not a nice guy. Holy shit.
Evidence seems to be stacking up.
Yeah. My god.
Okay. I mean, you've got to have done some shit if people start accusing you of, like, attempting murder on cats.
Oh, God.
You can never really say that, oh, yeah, they accused him of murdering a cat once, but it was all a big misunderstanding.
Well, there you go. That's a reason to sack him, if anything. So on, Smurf, we'll go now.
Alright, with that.
Hang on, I've just found a headline.
We'll be back next week. Take care of yourselves. Have a great one. We'll see you then. And, also to answer your question, I want Cena on the show because it would do Dynamite good ratings. And it would get a lot of attention. Even though I do agree that it's not, he's not my favorite by any means, but I think he would do a lot for Dynamite.
Well, I think The Rock could do better.
But that ain't happening. We'll see you next week, everybody. Take care.